Alright, now let us continue our discussions on the beaks of birds. There are so many birds in an environment, and these birds, they have different beaks. Of course, the size of the beak or the nature of the beak determines the type of the bird you are referring to. There are other birds which might be regarded as carnivorous due to the nature of the beaks they have. Others could be regarded as omnivorous, and others could be the carnivorous. Now, the nature of the beak determines the type of the animal or the type of that bird is. Now, let us look at the birds, the beak of the birds. Now, these birds, they have their feeding habits. So the method of feeding in a bird depends on the shape of its beak. The method of feeding depends on the shape of the beak. So different methods of feeding in birds are demonstrated by the differences in the shape of the beaks. Differences in the shape of the beak. So the following figures illustrate different types of beaks of birds. There are so many birds with different types of beaks. Now, we'll start with the first, which is the hawk. This is one of the bird which is considered as the carnivorous. So has a short, thick, curved, and pointed beak for tearing meat. These beaks are found in all large carnivorous birds. So this is the very good example of a carnivorous bird. Now, as we continue, we have number 2, the woodpecker. Has a thick and a strong pointed beak that acts both as a chisel and a crowbar to remove bark and finding hiding insects inside the barks of those plants or trees, the barks of the trees. So this is the way how the beak look like, and this is the beak, and this is the beak for the woodpecker. Then we continue and look at the chicken. The chicken have also pointed beaks for picking seeds, pointed beaks for picking seeds. And then we have another type of a bird, which is a stork. And the stork have long beaks suitable for catching small aquatic animals such as small fish, frogs, and crabs. So this is the long beak which is suitable for catching small aquatic animals. Now, we also have the honeybill. The honeybill has a strong beak for eating fruits. This animal eats fruits, much of its food. Now, the parrot has a strong hooked beak for cracking nuts. Strong hooked beak for cracking nuts. So this is what we are referring to as the strong hooked beak. So this is a parrot. And then we have the sunbird. The sunbird has a long, sharp beak for sucking nectar from flowers. They are one of the bird which depends much on the nectar or the juices found in the flowers, the nectar. Then we continue by looking at another type of a beak which is found in swift. Swift is another type of a bird, but for it to have has a feeding on seeds. It is feeding on seeds. So the swift is feeding on seed, which they use this type of a beak to use it to feed on the seeds. Then we have the duck. Has a wide beak to search for food in muds. Wide beak to search for food in muds. So these are some of the examples of birds with different kind of beaks, and those beaks, they determine the type of the animals they are. Some have beaks which allows them to eat other animals or other birds, while others, they have the type of the beaks which allows them to eat plants or products from plants, and while others, they have beaks which allows them to eat both plants and animals. But to add more on the same, we may say these belts, you may determine the type of the belt according also to the fit of these belts. So the fit also plays a great role to determine the type of the belt we or you are trying to look into. Now, let us look at the fit of belts. The method of fitting in belts can also depend on the shape of their feet. For example, the feet of the heron is adapted to walk on mud, and the different methods are demonstrated by the differences in the shape of claws. So the following figures illustrate different types of feet of belts and their adaptations to their mode of feeding. Like what I have already said, not only the beak can allow that belt to have good or to catch prey in their food, but the feet also plays a great role. So this could be a demonstration of the foot of the hawk. These also help the hawk to be adapted to its job. Now let us, so those are the feet of the hawk. So these hawks, they feed on chicks, large and small birds, and other small animals. Their feet are important in hunting. Hawks, they locate their prey with their keen eyesight. They have a very keen eyesight, which they can see on very far distant places. And they catch and kill their prey with their feet. So the feet have sharp claws called the talons. The talons. So that could be the explanation on the hawk. As we continue, we have the woodpeckers. Woodpecker have feet that are equipped with two toes. Two up front and two in the back. And the two up front and the two in the back. So this helps to give them a powerful grips to click on the sides of the trees. So the woodpeckers feed on the insects found in tree banks or tree trunks, nuts and sap from trees. So they feed on so many things. The tree trunks, on the tree trunks. They feed on the insect found in the tree trunks, nuts and the sap from the trees. These are some of the demonstration of foot of the woodpecker. Now, the other type of a belt could be the chicken. The feet of chickens contain only the part of the ankle bones. The feet have 5 toes with short claws at the tip. The chickens use their feet for scratching food, such as seeds, insects from the soil. So these are the feet of the chickens. Now, we also have the heron. The heron has long toes suitable for walking on muds. This is because herons feed on small animals found in swampy areas. So these are the foot of a heron. And then we have the sparrow. The sparrow have feet that are adapted for pitching and grasping twigs. The feet are slender. Sparrows feed on seeds. So these are the sparrow or feet of sparrow. Then we have the water duck. The feet of the water ducks have the 3 front toes connected with a web of skin. This helps them to paddle through water and walk on mud to be able to obtain food such as fish from the water. So this is the webbed feet of a water duck. Then the pigeon. A pigeon feeds on seeds and fruits. Their feet is made up of 4 toes that are adapted to hopping and clinging on branches. So this is the feet of a pigeon. This is the feet of a pigeon. So that has been a demonstration of different type of feet which can be found to different birds. Now, I think you have been following the lessons, and now I want you to attempt answering these questions. Now, I ask you to read these questions carefully and find answers for the questions. There we go. Thank you. Hopefully you have understood the concept, and now you'll be in a position to answer the questions correctly. Until we meet the other time, when we shall discuss flowering and non-flowering plants. Thank you very much until we meet on that topic of flowering and non-flowering plants. Thank you very much. That has been George Chapusa. I thank you.